Investors, selamat datang di Weekly Review, program mingguan dari channel I Am Community. Weekly Review kali ini akan membawakan berita mingguan yang paling update. So, tak usah berlama-lama lagi, langsung saja kita simak Weekly Review kali ini bersama Lauren dan Dasya. Berita pertama datang dari dunia ekonomi. Indonesia telah berhasil keluar dari resesi karena pertumbuhan ekonomi di kuartal 2 2021 mencapai 7,07%. Sayangnya tak sedikit pihak yang meragukan capaian tersebut dan menganggap itu hanya bersifat semu. Direktur Political Economy and Policy Studies (PEPS), Antoni Budiawan mengatakan pertumbuhan ekonomi Indonesia yang telah mencapai 7,07% bahkan tidak terasa. Pencapaian itu hanya dinilai efek basis rendah dari pertumbuhan ekonomi kuartal 2 tahun lalu yang minus 5,32%. Ditambah adanya pemberlakuan pembatasan kegiatan masyarakat atau yang biasa disebut PPKM membuat banyak orang menghadapi kesulitan ekonomi. Hal itu menjadikan pertumbuhan ekonomi yang telah mencapai 7,07% dinilai tak berarti banyak, terutama untuk kalangan ke bawah. Dilansir dari Detik Finance, di tengah pengumuman ekonomi yang tumbuh 7,07%, justru Indonesia sedang menghadapi gelombang PHK atau banyaknya pegawai yang dirumahkan. Jadi memang dampaknya tidak terasa untuk saat ini. Berita selanjutnya datang dari dunia properti. Pemberian insentif pajak untuk rumah tapak dengan nilai di bawah 2 miliar rupiah dilanjutkan hingga akhir 2021. Hal tersebut diungkapkan oleh Menteri Keuangan Sri Mulyani Indrawati. Beliau menjelaskan saat ini pemerintah tengah mempersiapkan revisi payung hukum. Sebab dalam PMK nomor 21 tahun 2021 tentang pajak pertambahan nilai atas penyerahan rumah tapak dan unit hunian rumah susun yang ditanggung pemerintah tahun anggaran 2021 hanya berlaku hingga Agustus 2021. Pemerintah memberikan kepastian PMK 21 tahun 2021 itu memberikan fasilitas sampai Agustus ini akan diperpanjang sampai bulan Desember. Berikut kata Sri Mulyani. Pada rancangan PMK tersebut, pemerintah akan kembali memberikan insentif pajak sampai bulan Desember. Insentif 100% akan diberikan kepada rumah dengan harga maksimal 2 miliar rupiah. Sedangkan rumah dengan harga 2 miliar rupiah hingga 5 miliar rupiah hanya mendapatkan insentif pajak sebesar 50%. Maka dari itu, beliau meminta agar hal ini tidak menjadi masalah besar sebab pemerintah berkomitmen akan memperpanjang insentif tersebut. Saat ini, hanya perlu menunggu payung hukum yang memperpanjang insentif dari September hingga Desember 2021 nanti. Pemerintah melalui Kementerian Sekretariat Negara Kemensetnek telah mengumumkan tema dan logo yang akan dipergunakan dalam rangkaian kegiatan peringatan Hari Ulang Tahun ke-76 Kemerdekaan Republik Indonesia tahun 2021. Tema yang diusung pada peringatan HUT ke-76 Kemerdekaan RI pada tahun ini adalah Indonesia Tangguh, Indonesia Tumbuh. Pemerintah menyajikan logo HUT ke-76 RI dengan variasi warna yang didominasi oleh merah dan putih. Pada logo itu juga disertai tulisan tema HUT ke-76 RI. Bentuk angka 7 diasosiasikan sebagai bagian dari tiang pancang infrastruktur yang sedang dicanangkan oleh pemerintah untuk mendukung percepatan perekonomian Indonesia. Bentuk itu menggambarkan kepala Garuda yang melambangkan Pancasila yang menjadi landasan berbangsa dan bernegara. Sedangkan bentuk angka 6 diasosiasikan sebagai orang dan roda yang sedang bergerak terus maju ke depan yang melambangkan pertumbuhan dan percepatan ekonomi.
Hi everyone, my name is Dasha and I'll be your host for this week's weekly review. Now, on this week's weekly review, number 1 on the list, in August 11, German officials have arrested a British man identified as David S., 57 years old, who worked at the British Embassy in Berlin. The arrest occurred because of the suspicion of David S. handing over documents to the Russian intelligence service in exchange for cash, prosecutors said on Wednesday. German prosecutors said the apartment and the workplace of David had been searched and he would be brought before an investigating judge later on Wednesday. On at least one occasion, he passed on documents he had obtained in the course of his professional activities to a representative of a Russian intelligence service. The accused received cash in an as yet unknown amount in return for his transmission of information, Germany's chief federal prosecutor's office said in a statement. The motivation of the British man was likely money, said by a Western security. As a local engaged staff, the British man did not have access to any highly classified documents. German online magazine Focus Online reported that the British man gave the Russians documents containing information on counter-terrorism. Second on the list, athletes returning from the Tokyo Olympics 2020 via Sydney to the states of South Australia are facing an extra 2-week quarantine. That is on top of the 2 weeks already required for all overseas arrivals. The AOC said, while other countries are celebrating the return of their athletes, we are subjecting ours to the most cruel and uncaring treatment. They are being punished for proudly representing their country with distinction at the Olympic Games. 16 members of the Australian Olympic team are currently being quarantined in Sydney, the capital city of New South Wales. The authorities said, the high risk of the Delta strain of COVID-19 in NSW is the reason for the additional requirements, for which the AOC has had an exception request turned down. The 28-day quarantine could cause a significant risk to the physical and mental well-being of the athletes affected, according to an Australian Institute of Sport's Chief Medical Officer, David Hughes. Last but definitely not least, coming from Japan, Nagoya's mayor Takashi Kawamura sparked fury online when he decided to lower his mask and bid Miyu Goto's gold medal for softball at an event. He was accused for ignoring the COVID-19 restrictions and lacking respects. Right now, Olympic officials said they will exchange the medal with an untarnished one, right after the mayor apologized and promised to pay for a replacement. Because of his actions, Takashi Kawamura received a backlash after putting the gold medal between his teeth at a ceremony last week to celebrate the victory of Japan versus the USA in the women's softball final. The people of the internet said his action was unhygienic and impolite towards the athlete. Apart from showing a lack of respect for athletes, he bid it even though athletes are putting on medals themselves or on their teammates during medal ceremonies as part of infection prevention measures. Sorry, I can't understand it, Japanese silver medalist fencer Yuki Ota said on Twitter. The 72-year-old mayor later apologized for his actions, which reportedly prompted over 7,000 complaints to city authorities. On Thursday, the Tokyo Olympics 2020 stated that the replacement had been agreed between the International Olympic Committee and Miyu Goto. The IOC said they would cover the cost. That's the end of our list for this week's weekly review. Hope you guys enjoyed it and thank you for listening. I am community, I am smart, I am capable.